I am on East Church Street.
Yep.
Yeah, like East-West.
Yeah.
I'm on East Church Street, Phoenix Recovery High School?
Academy. Yep.
Phoenix Recovery Academy. I'm with Heather, the executive director. So this school opened 4 years ago?
In August 2020, in the midst of COVID.
Yeah, almost 5 years ago now.
Yes.
Yes, I do remember it was in the midst of COVID. You guys, tell everybody what Phoenix Recovery Academy is.
Okay, so Phoenix Recovery Academy, we're a substance use high school focusing on recovery of students. We get students from the public school system, therapy services. We have a lot of other referral services in terms of like parents, and the kids come to us that need assistance in wanting to be sober.
Yeah. How many kids are enrolled here right now?
We have 10 enrolled currently, and we keep that number low on purpose so that we can meet the needs of all the students and making sure that they have the clinical assistance, the peer support assistance, and then the academic assistance so that they can be successful.
Yeah, and it's tough. I can imagine, how many kids do you turn away?
So we try not to turn any away. What we do in that aspect is they may have to go to treatment first. So we case manage that with whoever has referred them here. So if they're in a place where they can't get sober by themselves, they'll go to treatment first and then come back to see us.
Okay.
So that's kind of generally how that works.
Yeah, and you guys have students like high school aged?
So, high school age, under non-public school in the state of Maryland, just like the public school system, they can be here up to 21 years old. And we're really careful about enrollment in terms of that, just to ensure that they can get to graduation before that age limit.
Yeah.
So we do have some students that are over 18, and then we have general, 9th to 12th grade, so 14 to 18.
Yeah, and you said you had 2 teachers here.
We have 2 full-time teachers. One primarily teach math and science, and one primarily teaches English and social studies. And then for our elective courses, we have online classes the students can take.
Okay, that's great.
So they have Chromebooks that they're they utilize during the day, and they can get on there and pick and choose if they want to take keyboarding, if they want to take graphic design, if they want to do fashion design, anything.
Yeah, that's
wide range.
It's so handy to have technology to help provide that here. In the 5 years that you guys have been here almost, how do you guys feel about where you are versus where it started?
Oh, we have grown leaps and bounds in terms of an organization, and I feel like with our success. We have served over 54 families.
Wow.
So that's huge, considering we're the only recovery high school in the state of Maryland. And we're the only one doing what we're doing here in the city of Frederick as well. We've graduated 12 students. We have 3 more that are anticipated to graduate this May, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's been fascinating because I've been with this mission since May of 2018, and to watch where it has started and where we are now, it's pretty amazing.
So since 2018, you've been involved with the planning?
Yes.
And wow.
Yes, I was part of making sure that we were able to get our accreditation through the Maryland State Department of Education.
Okay.
In addition to making sure we could get occupancy in the building. So it's been a process.
It's been a journey for you,
it has.
For sure. Where do you hope this grows to in the next 5 years? Like, what is the plan?
Obviously in keeping our numbers small on purpose to be able to assist all of the students and case manage everything appropriately and make sure we're not, dropping any balls in anybody's hands. We hope that, I guess 20 more families can be served.
Yeah.
And that's, kind of like our goal setting is to ensure like keeping those numbers small, but at the same time, bringing more students in.
Yeah. Have any other cities reached out to duplicate this opportunity?
Yes, there have been quite a few people that have met with us who have tried to open up recovery high schools. It's a long process. It's not an easy process. It takes a lot of fundraising efforts on the front end to be able to get in a position to open one.
Okay.
In addition to working with the the state for the education piece. So we work and collaborate with all the other recovery high schools, though across the nation. I believe currently there's about 54.
Okay.
So we didn't like reinvent the wheel. We took models that were already working in other states. We had a couple schools. The Archway Academy in Houston is a huge recovery high school. We gained a lot of knowledge from them before we opened, in addition to the Bridgeway School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We learned a lot from them before we opened.
You don't want to make the same mistakes, right? Let's learn from somebody else
we're learning as we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the biggest challenge for you guys here?
I would say the biggest challenge in terms is basically keeping up with, sustainability. You rely on grant funding as a nonprofit, and to ensure that we have those funds, whether they're through the state or local organizations. We've not had a problem up until now, but we don't know what the future holds.
Sure.
And that's kind of one of those things that lays over us every day. Like, are we going to have enough funding to keep this going?
Yeah.
So
how can the community of Frederick help you?
I think just bringing more awareness to our mission. It's really crazy to me to think that when I, first come across someone, they hadn't heard about our mission, because I feel like we've done a lot in the community to, bring awareness and to let people know that we're here and we can support. But surprisingly, there are still people out there that don't know about us.
Yeah.
And so, we have a website, we go to networking events, we have a lot of community support, a lot of other nonprofits that we partner with. So that's been helpful. But yeah, I think just overall awareness of our mission.
Yeah. Do you guys need any volunteering assistance, or do you do large fundraisers throughout the year?
So we do have 3 annual fundraisers, and we do call upon volunteers for that.
Okay.
During the day, we don't necessarily need volunteers. Working in a school setting, we have to go through background checks and things like that to have people here during the day. But our 3 annual fundraisers, we host an annual gala. We usually host that at Dutch's Daughter. And we always are looking for people that either want to sponsor that event or volunteer for that event to set up and help, like I said, raise awareness that we're hosting that.
When is that?
That's in October.
Okay.
October 15th is our date for 2025. And then we have a 5K stomp out, heroin stomp out.
Okay.
So that is April 27th.
Oh,
so it's coming up very soon. We do it right down here in downtown Frederick, utilizing the 5K loop they already have established. So anybody who wants to participate in that, we have a virtual option this year. So if you can't make the date and you still want to do it to support us, that's all. That's through Run Sign Up. So anyone can go to that site and look up the 8th annual Stomp Out Heroin 5K. And then we do a golf tournament every year.
Okay.
And that's generally hosted at Musket Ridge Golf Club in Myersville. And that is already scheduled for July 11th.
Okay.
So we'll be putting out sponsorship information about that out soon.
Yeah. So really, that's really where Frederick can give you a little relief from needing the grants so much, or relying on the grants as a way to keep you guys going. What's the biggest expense of, the funding that you need? Is it the building? Is it?
It's probably payroll and general operating expenses, like to run a school.
Sure.
All the things that entails. It's not cheap.
No, nothing is.
It's not cheap, and it's definitely not easy, but
that's what you're here to do.
Yeah, I mean, we've been wrapped up, I think, very well by the community thus far, so our hope is to continue that.
Yeah. What's the thing you're most proud of so far?
I think the success stories of the students.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's great to see. Some of them have gone on to 4-year colleges. Some of them are in 2-year schools for higher level.
Yeah.
We have 2 that went on to do peer support work through Montgomery County Public Schools, right into the schools and the high schools there. We have a few that are in trades that are working through union work and going to school. So all of them kind of were set up their senior year here to choose a path and continue on that path.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's all you can hope for, right?
Yes.
That you get them redirected and see the light.
Yes.
Very good.
A second chance.
Yeah. And if there was one thing you'd want our viewers to know about Phoenix Recovery Academy, what would it be?
I think I'd like people to know that we are making a difference. A lot of families are really happy with the services that their students were provided through us. And we're not just a typical high school. We do, provide that recovery. We also ensure that they have the clinical support that they need as well. So we have a lot of wraparound services to make sure they're successful.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
Yes,
it's got to be a holistic approach to everything.
To all of it.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you having us here today, and we definitely will keep everyone posted about your fundraisers and make sure they're aware how they can support you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching.